On Friday, ABC decided to settle a defamation lawsuit that Donald Trump had filed against them over comments that host George Stephanopoulos made earlier this past spring. Now, this decision to settle this lawsuit, that, by the way, for ABC was easily winnable, has of course sent shockwaves across social media once it was reported. Everybody out there had an opinion on it, and most of them, of course, were negative about ABC, saying that they have decided to kiss the ring and suck up to Donald Trump like so many other media outlets have decided to do. And I don't disagree with that, because again, this was not a lawsuit that should have been settled. This was an easily winnable lawsuit for ABC. They just didn't want to stay on Donald Trump's bad side because, of course, he has said or suggested that they should lose their broadcast license. They're not going to risk that by winning a defamation lawsuit, so they decided to settle. That's what I believe happened. And when you learn about the terms of the settlement, it becomes obvious that, yeah, this wasn't because ABC didn't think they could win. It's because they wanted to kiss Donald Trump's ass. Because the settlement includes $1 million that ABC News will pay for Trump's legal fees. Like, don't worry, we'll cover your lawyer costs. And the big part is a $15 million donation that ABC News will be making to the Donald J. Trump Presidential Library, which, of course, even though he's been out of office for 4 years, still doesn't exist. So we're going to make a charitable contribution to your presidential library that you may or may not someday build. And by the way, that's also, since it's a charitable donation, a big tax write-off for us. So we don't have to worry about that. We're not technically losing any money on this other than the $1 million for your lawyers. And we get to show you that we actually do like you and we're giving you $15 million. So please, please don't come after us. Now, when I say that this was an easily winnable lawsuit, here's what I meant. What George Stephanopoulos did say on the air about Donald Trump was wrong. Okay? There's no question about that. George Stephanopoulos said something that was not true. But in this type of defamation case, because you're talking about a public official, you have to be able to prove actual malice. And I don't think for a second they would have been able to prove this. So, Stephanopoulos, when talking with Republican Representative Nancy Mace, after these verdicts had come down, said that a jury found Trump civilly liable for rape. That's not true. The jury was not there because this was a rape case. The jury was there because this was a defamation case. So the jury made no findings at all about sexual assault. Now, that's important because Stephanopoulos said the jury said he was civilly liable for this. No. The only question in front of the jury was, is Donald Trump civilly liable for defaming her? And they said yes. Now, reading more into that, the only way he could be liable for calling her a liar when she in fact wasn't was if they did believe that he committed the assault. So in their minds, though not in their ruling, they did say, yes, he did this. So yes, he's lying about her. So yes, she wins. The judge, on the other hand, Judge Lewis Kaplan, did, in his, final summation of the case, say that, Trump was basically liable for that. But that's not part of the official ruling, nor was it a part of the official finding of the jury. So again, Stephanopoulos was wrong with the way he said it, but not necessarily. Like if he had said the judge said that, he'd have been okay. So again, no actual malice. You can easily argue that he was misspeaking. Again, that's a winnable case. It's something that easily could have gone to trial, been like, hey, listen, he was wrong, but he misspoke. Here is what the judge said. Here is, the jury deliberation finding, could have won it, but didn't. They did decide to bow down to Donald Trump. And now this is going to have a chilling effect on the media across the board. That's the bigger problem. Trump fought the media and won. He won a fight that he should not have won. So now all of these other major outlets out there are going to be looking at this saying, oh crap, what do? Do we need to pull our punches against Donald Trump? Do we need to not go after him hard because we don't want him to come after us? I mean, ABC could have won, should have won, would have won, and they settled. So what does that mean for us? Just wait and see. Media outlets across the board are going to tame themselves down. Donald Trump's threats against them, not independent media, right? We're not going to stop. But the corporate media, this settlement agreement, this bowing down to Donald Trump on a case you would have won, that's going to affect the entire corporate media landscape. Just wait and see. With Trump's upcoming inauguration, the stakes couldn't be higher for the next 4 years. And let's not kid ourselves, things are already looking grim. One of the first things Trump's planning? An overhaul of AI policies that throw Biden's safeguards out the window, calling them, quote, radical leftist roadblocks to innovation. But let's be real, this is about stripping away protections and opening the floodgates for unchecked surveillance, manipulation, and corporate control. So of course, the right is going to frame this as freedom for technology, while the left waves red flags about fewer rules, more spyware, and zero regard for human rights. Factor in Elon Musk and Trump's corner, and you don't have to stretch your imagination to see how dangerous this gets. The line between truth, opinion, and propaganda will blur completely. And that's exactly why I've been partners with Ground News for a while now. They're an independent app and website, yet one of the few places left where clickbait and algorithms aren't manipulating what you see and hear. Instead, they help you cut through the spin by seeing all sides of how news stories are covered or ignored across the political spectrum. And with their new daily briefing, Ground News makes diving in deep easier than ever. It's quick, no-nonsense rundowns of the day's most important stories from every angle. This isn't just about staying informed. We're staying ready. Knowing what the other side is up to is how we spot the lies, challenge what doesn't add up, and fight for the future we deserve. That's why we're offering 50% off their top-tier Vantage plan for under $5 a month, the biggest discount of the year. Go to ground.news/ROF or scan the QR code right here to subscribe. You're doing more than supporting my channel. By subscribing, you're helping ensure that independent voices like ours don't disappear. Plus, it's their biggest sale of the year. Grab it for yourself, or better yet, gift it to that MAGA uncle at Christmas. He won't even realize you're doing him a favor by saving what's left of his critical thinking skills.